Well, folks, DJI Germany just posted a countdown on their main page, but this countdown isn't on the US page yet. Is this the countdown to the DJI Mavic 4 Pro? Will it arrive on April the 8th? Or is this countdown for something else? Perhaps a teaser? Or could it just be an error? Well, I'll answer these questions in this video. But first, I have a simple and yet humble request. Please subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps this channel grow, and it keeps you informed on the latest camera gear. According to this countdown on DJI Germany, a major product announcement is occurring on April the 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Is this the much anticipated DJI Mavic 4 Pro and the Mavic 4 Pro Cine? Well, that would be my guess, or at least a teaser to that. But to have a countdown to a teaser would be a little bit strange, but it has been done in the past. So April the 8th, huh? Well, not according to Jasper Ellens, the oracle of all things DJI. The first thing my friend told me is that something we have all guessed, but never confirmed, the expected and set launch date of the upcoming DJI Mavic 4. It will be launched on Thursday, the 24th of April, 2025. And he goes on to say, I consider this date to be true. Both of these little birds, individually, told me this date, and I've never once got wrong info on previous leaks. Set your calendars to the 17th, where we can expect an official DJI teaser. Okay, so April the 24th is the date that we can expect to get the DJI Mavic 4 Pro and the Mavic 4 Pro Cine. And a week before that, on the 17th, is when we can get a teaser. Now, that is putting it awfully close to Easter. Actually, let me check the date. What is Easter this year? Because they probably don't want to back it right up against Easter. Easter 2025. That's on Sunday, April the 20th. And then, of course, Easter Monday is on the following Monday. But if it's on a Thursday, it's cutting it close. But if it was me, I would move it a week earlier or two. See, this is interesting here. Jasper Ellens is really an oracle when it comes to DJI. Check out his Drone X site. He hasn't always been correct, but whenever it comes to this stuff, especially months coming out ahead of time, things can change at DJI. So I give Jasper Ellens an awful lot of credit. But then, what is this countdown for? Even at the time of recording, the countdown is still there prominently on DJI's store in Germany. You can tell it's German. Look at the titles at the top. But on their US site, there's no countdown. Perhaps Jasper can help clarify what this countdown is on the DJI Germany page. But I hope the German site is correct, because that means we would get it a few weeks earlier. I'm looking forward to seeing what the teaser is. But before we get to the teaser, let's go ahead and cover off some of the specifications. We've got some new validated specifications that we had previously leaked to you back in January. Back in January, we had reported leaked specifications that had come from a Chinese Weibo account, providing us with a lot of detailed information, but at that point, a lot of this hadn't been validated. Not even Jasper had reported on some of this stuff. Well, I'm now happy to report that Jasper Ellens himself has validated a lot of this information. Now, you'll recall that image. Let's go to the first page here. You can see it talks about a 28mm lens. Well, Jasper is able to validate that we do get a 28mm lens, but also a 70 and a 188mm lens, and that the sensor is actually larger than what we got in the Mavic 3 Pro. So in low light situations, definitely a plus. And the gimbal, well, there's been a lot of talk about the gimbal. Well, Jasper is able to confirm that the gimbal does provide movement in 360 degrees. That's multi-directional movement. And of course, again, taking a look at this slide here, you can see it talks about ND filters up to 5 stops. And Jasper is able to confirm that it does get electronic ND filters. So we get electronic ND filters with the Mavic 4 Pro and the Mavic 4 Pro Cine. And in terms of flight time, well, it's 52 minutes. So we get 52 minutes of flight time. Now, some of the previous specs that I had said 51 minutes, but again, things could have changed in post, and maybe that 52 is an overly optimistic amount. But in terms of charging it, well, we've got 2 chargers, remember? And the new 240 watt charger allows us to charge, are you ready for this? 3 batteries in 90 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Now, have I left anything out? I'm pretty sure I have. So we got electronic ND filters, 52 minutes, charge time, covered that off. The new DJI RC Controller 2 has a 7-inch tilting touchscreen. And the price? Well, again, we're going back to that January leak that I got from a Chinese website or Chinese Weibo account, and it's supposed to be around 2,200 euros. Now, in terms of US dollars, what I would initially have said is I would have said somewhere around $19.99 to $21.99. But since then, the United States has placed an additional, I think, 10% tariff on goods coming out of China. So if it's manufactured in China, that could raise the price by $200. So at this point, if you're in the United States, what I'm kind of assuming at this point is if the price is indeed 2,200 euros, such as from that German website, then I would expect the US price to be around $2,200. And of course, unlike the Germans, you're going to have to pay tax on top of that. The German price already has the taxes in. So we finally have a date. In fact, we have 3 dates. We have the date based on the countdown on the German website here, which is now showing us, and at the time of recording, is showing us 19 days, 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 53 seconds. And if we refresh the page, oh, let's try that again. And if we refresh the page, yeah, guys, this is live on their site, and it's already afternoon in Germany. So maybe they haven't gotten the order in the US yet, in California. That's certainly possible. So yeah, around 2,200 euros or $2,200, which is why I already have the smart pre-order links in the description down below for, I was going to say BGI, for B&H and Adorama, and also Amazon.com. And if you are interested in picking up, even if you're on the fence, what I recommend doing is copying down this link, the smart pre-order link, putting it in your browser and bookmarking it. And as soon as we have the embargo, as soon as it's lifted, you'll be able to pre-order. Go ahead and pre-order, but pay attention to the shipping date. And usually we have a couple of weeks or so before something actually ships. Pay attention to that shipping date, because up until that shipping date, you can cancel without any sort of penalty. And then what you can do is you can watch all the reviews and see if this drone is for you. But I can tell you right now, the Mavic 4 Pro is going to sell out very, very well. We're seeing delays from Canon, Sony, Nikon, Panasonic, everybody. They're all stating the same sort of, part shortages or production issues. So go ahead and pre-order, and then at least that way you get into the queue, and these smart pre-order links will help get you into the queue ahead of other people. And if you decide you don't want it, then just make sure you cancel before the pre-order date. But I wouldn't wait till a few hours before the pre-order, because it could actually ship. I would cancel within several days of the pre-order at least, and then you don't have to worry about paying anything out. And if you do happen to use the smart pre-order links, then thank you very much, because you're really helping to keep this channel on the air. It's viewer supported. I make anywhere from 2 to 5% back from any purchase. Should you make a purchase, you're helping to keep the lights on, and it's very much appreciated. I don't believe in doing sponsorships. I don't like them. I think it gets in the way. And if you happen to be paying YouTube so you don't see ads, the last thing you want is within 30 seconds of watching your favorite video, you've got an ad. So I'm really excited. A lot is happening. We have a Canon announcement on March the 26th. They've come out and confirmed that. I put out a video earlier this morning about that. However, we don't have the exact time yet, although I'm thinking it's going to be around midnight, which is Wednesday, but I'm going to be starting a live stream most likely Tuesday night. And then, of course, on April the 8th, 17th, and 24th, those are the dates to watch. And calling on Jasper Ellens to help confirm, what is this countdown on DJI Germany's site? Either way, we've got some dates here, folks. And if we have to wait until April the 24th, that's pretty good. Just imagine, you can go ahead and enjoy your Easter weekend with your family, have a nice Sunday dinner. What would we do? Traditionally, well, we've done roast beef, we've done chicken and turkey, and then you've got a few days before we have the big announcement. Or will it happen on April the 8th? We just don't know at this point. Anyhow, so thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.